All right. Hi, everyone. We have a pre-team game this TBR. We already had one, I think. And this is the game I was really looking forward to. Because it's the first time we play an 8-way pre-team game on a 12-way map. And pre-team mode, for those who don't know, is a mode...
Oh.
Ah, here we go. Hello, hello.
Do you have an echo, first of all?
No, sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay, good. I will just... You may introduce, because I have to go for 2 minutes, as I said.
That's
I just
okay.
wanted to make sure the game starts, but I'll be back.
No worries. So yeah, pre-team mode is a mode where both players, like 2 players, join from one team. So we have all 4 teams with 2 players each here. But the 2 players do not select the same, or did not select the same team in the game lobby, and therefore do not share vision, and the 2 players of each team may not spawn close to each other. So we don't actually know exactly who's with who. Obviously, on some maps that we saw in the past, rebuilding is extremely difficult because you do not have any space with 8 players. But on this map, you do have space, and you even have those enclosed mines here that you can open up, and I think it's even easier in those spots to rebuild for some time. And there's a lot of gold here too, which of course can be an issue if you are rushed early on and then need to find an available mine late game. So yeah, definitely an exciting game coming up, hopefully. Some of these pre-team mode games were a bit dull because, of course, scouting already an issue or players already, scout too rarely in other FFA modes. And here, of course, it's way more important even, and it's even easier for a team to get a free win if they play it correctly. But if it's not a free win, it's like, I would say maybe even the highest level of FFA that you can see, because, or at least of Team FFA, because you have this additional challenge of vision. And of course, you can't share resources. On the flip side, you can feed. Of course, you can feed XP with summons, for example. We saw some very intelligent strategies in the past. We saw Dark Ranger with Charm getting a player to 200 supply. That was Qwest and DV back in the days. I think it was in TBR 4. So very exciting. And of course, due to those expansions here that can be opened up if you have something to remove trees. Keeper, not a bad first hero here. I would say never a bad first hero, but here in particular, I think it's really nice. And we do see Pink here with the best spawn, having no one in or on his quarter of the map. Orange rushing south, and we see here the peon in the south. So that likely meaning that Orange is in one team with Pink, which, it's, I think, very fortunate for Orange, who spawned in the worst spot here of all players, in one of those center spawns close to 2 undeads here. And so he will likely relocate his main base to the south. We have Blue and Periwinkle light blue in one team, so cross map at exactly the opposite side of the map here for those 2 players, which isn't great, I would say. Those 2 players, maybe with the worst spawns here. And let's see who else is in one team. Don't really know about Pink.
All right, I'm back.
You're back.
I had to run fast. My cat made some really nasty business.
Ooh, inside?
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
But have you figured out who is with who yet?
Who's with who? Yeah, some players I do. So the undead team with worst spawns here, I would say.
Oh yeah.
cross map. But I would say orange had the worst spawn here, but is able to relocate to the southwest here to his teammate pink, which I think is a really smart choice. So the only question is yellow, like yellow, orange, purple, and whatever this color called. Yeah, who's with who here?
Yeah, I guess if the human is with the elf next to him with the purple, that's amazing.
Yeah, then they definitely have the best spawns here.
It kind of looks like they are, because I think they would have, like, if they must have told each other on voice, because they probably would have scouted more.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guessed so too. Which would mean yellow and red are in one team. Yeah, and it looks. Yeah, you see here, red and yellow are attacking the blue team here in order to secure
the expo. I like that.
Yeah. The DK here, I like the way that the red DK staff to the southeast, but I don't think it's necessarily a smart choice to rush this under team. I mean, they are really well prepared, and I think as soon as you see the second necropolis here and the ghouls, I think you have to basically cancel that push because the under I think.
Yeah, I think so, because like if you rush with tier 1 units into 2 frost towers effectively, or
no chance.
There was one, but still, it's really strong.
And now yellow is asking for peace, which of course is not going to happen. So this could mean that the undead team is relocating to the southeast now. I mean, they could easily finish off yellow here, and so yellow might be tempted to move to the northwest. So basically 3 teams with 1 corner, and then the only question is, it's the undead team going to give up the blue base in the northwest.
Oh, and I really like the Farseer from orange.
Yeah, I think it's good.
For Preteam, it's kind of a special mode where Farseer might be better than Blade in this patch.
Yeah, I think it's, I mean, I think in this mode, like Orc is a tricky race to play, I guess. On one hand, I mean, with your heroes, if you play the usual hero combo, you can go for like single target hero focus really well. Yeah. But of course, you don't really utilize your casters really, like at least you're buffing casters really well. I mean, of course, dogs are really nice in this mode, but shaman's not that great. And with bats, for example, you're always at risk of like using them badly. But if you plan it well, I think it's not bad for sure.
I think Orc is weaker here than in normal 2v2 team FFA. There, I think Orc is really good with the casters. You can combine with Archmage with Brilliance Aura, which is then you have like Bloodlust State and Inner Fire Wyverns and Griffins, and it's insane. Or even with Elf, Bloodlust State Chimeras are crazy. But here you can't do that. But good thing is the Raider. They can use the Raider tree trick if you talked about that or not. I don't know, but how you can hit
you always eat a tree and you you basically pillage here. Yeah, we saw. I really like that we see all races here. Not too many elves. So we only have 3 elves, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah, glad to see that there's something else as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And I guess what you have to say for Orc is it has the fastest XP feed by all with the torrents.
So true. Yeah, like, I forgot that. Yeah, with the revive, you're right. That's something we saw. I mean, on some maps we just didn't, or players just didn't have the time to really go for any of those shenanigans. But on this map, potentially they could find some time to just feed XP later on.
Oh, I think for sure this is no gold rush. Like this won't be a fast victory in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big map. I just hope everyone's scouting well, because that's usually where this mode falls apart. Like if one team is just let alone all game and then can bulldoze. I on this map should take longer to finish a team, but yeah, so far I really like it already to see all those relocations, and we see a Clashy in the north, maybe. Oh yeah, so it's pink and purple. which
nice
is,
couple of pickups, but
yeah, I mean
XP, I guess.
So I would say red and yellow definitely in the worst spot here of all
they
teams.
don't even have a base to TP to at each other's main, I think.
Yeah, honestly, I think this early rush was a mistake. I think they could have played a bit. I mean, it's easier said than done, but I think, like for example, why didn't they decide to go for pink? I think that could have been the better option. But yeah, who knows if that would have worked.
And another thing with Farseer is, since scouting is so important when you're on voice chat, level 3 Farsight might be amazing in the late game.
Yeah,
it's really strong as well.
It can, if you know where to reveal, but I guess, I mean...
Whereas when you have 2 undeads, I think, like, you have shades, but it's... I don't know, I don't really love 2 undeads. I think it's good to have different races, but at least you can't coil each other's units on by accident, for example.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's I didn't even know there's a blue dragon roost in the middle.
Yeah, there is.
Is that normal or is this some special version?
I think it's normal, but it has been some time since I saw it. I'm pretty sure it's normal.
But that's crazy because that dragon is probably the most insane because it has the frost attack as well.
Yeah.
That's so insane. That unit is like stronger than some heroes in the late game.
Yeah, for sure. I think the last game we saw here, it was one of the decider tiebreaker matches in TBR 6.
Right,
and
I even played that one.
Yeah, and I think it was won by one player getting 7
Lelo
dragons.
had the dragons, and he...
Yeah.
Like, it was quite close, it was a really good game, but he had like 4 dragons in the late game, it was just unstoppable at one point.
Yeah. And we see here the Phoenix egg picked up by the keeper in the center. No, there was another... No.
Also an item I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, it exists on this map. Okay, it's the purple keeper who got it. And oh, an engagement. Almost missed it at the top right here.
I don't know, I don't think yellow is in good shape. This is not a great tactic to attack this player now. When you piece the undeads, you should probably just hoard on 50 because...
Yeah, I mean, that's your chance, right? Like to just get exposed and not be overly aggressive against the next team now, while already having failed a push early on against the first one. And the undead team is having a great time creeping here. They're doing a really good job making the best out of their worst spawns. And we'll see another red camp being crept here. I like that they, after getting all those expansions in the bottom left together, that they now rush for those red spots here. Can really get a lot of XP. We have 1 sub in this game, just to tell you.
Okay.
And there's a Tome of Power level 6 for the Farseer.
And there's another... Oh, Tome of Power is nice.
Oh no.
They should take it with the Farseer, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Keeper is 4, just 4. If Keeper was 4.7, I would have picked it with the Keeper, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, it's too tempting to get.
You have Earthquake, you can break base, and...
Yeah, I would still say it's like the worst ultimate of all those heroes here.
Sorry, you go on.
But yeah, what?
I assume Sub is one of the team with the pink and the red, because it seems like the coordination was not there so far.
You mean yellow and red?
Yeah, yellow and red.
No, it's not.
No, it's not that well. That color me surprised. But the human has really good army against the elf. Cannot fight that at all. He has knights and he has mortars against the dryads. He take the undead now, so... I don't know if he has enough guards, doesn't look like it so far, and his heroes are quite low. The teal undead is just 2 to 1, that's not great at this point. It's not much better off than yellow is, actually. But blue is better off. A bit, at least with the gold.
Yeah, blue is pumping now to 100 supply, I guess, Garrix.
He must TP to defend soon, I guess.
And I mean, red is just sitting in his main base at this point.
Yeah.
There's nothing to creep for him. He's far away, I guess. I mean, he could TP. I mean, it's super hard to say, but Fiends also fall off heavily. He has Necro Wagons, so I guess they will push in a second. But you do not necessarily want to push against an Undead with Destroyers. Yeah. So I guess. I mean, the pink and orange team, yeah, is pushing the Undead team here.
I don't think the Undead team can defend, even if, like, they can, but only if the other team screws up really badly, because the Farseer should be good here.
Yeah, keep in mind they do not share vision, so like the orange orc may lose too much here before the elf joins. I mean, the elf doesn't have too much, like 3 chimeras. I think it's easily defendable with all those Gargs. I think they have to push back.
The hunters are more dangerous for sure.
So the question,
they have to feed themselves eventually, because these hero levels are too low.
Yeah,
they gotta get some necros and use the graveyard to feed skeletons. I think that would be the smart thing to do. I don't know. I would have liked the orc to try a bit more. Throw a couple of like level 3 chain lightnings on the guards and see how it pans out. If he just got scared and backed off too fast. But it's getting tense, so nobody is probably going to want to throw the game.
Yeah, I mean, the yellow and red team is supposed to fight the top right. I continue to fight the top right, but like we know they can't. And it looks as if they will be pushed by the human here. And if this Necropolis falls, that's why I don't like this Necropolis to be placed too offensively. If it dies, there's no way for red to help.
Oh, and the trees kill the Acolyte as well.
He TP's in, but he's too late.
Oh, yellow's totally screwed. Oh, he has a dragon though. Don't know if that can save you here, but maybe, because there's almost no anti-air. The dragon can somehow eat the knight and attack the mortars from above the forest. He should not right now. He should probably focus on the fight, I would say. Use the dragon, man. Come on. Eat the knight at least.
I mean, at least they got the dragon. Looks really nice. Yeah. Like, it's bigger than the entire army, almost.
For sure, but he can't even TP to the red base.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, red is, like, red... And I think that's what he's trying now. He's moving top right.
Yeah.
Oh, he's crossing blue here.
Oh, okay. They will attack together on the purple base.
Ah, okay. Interesting. So those two teams team up here, which I think is a fair call, honestly. I mean, it's still 4-way, basically, but the top right team has shown that...
I understand, because yellow is dead or dying, and so you need to somehow keep him alive by putting pressure somewhere else. And for blue, it's good because he sees the opportunity to get experience, obviously. Red pretty much has to go. But I don't know, these hero levels, just look at that level 1 Lich. That's just going to die to a sneeze. Oh, and the wagons. Don't see. Okay. Purple is pumping 100 of chimeras. But luckily for red, blue is there, because if blue wasn't there, then this red army would be a big tome for these chimeras.
Oh, the heroes here. Wow.
So much action on the map, I didn't even see now in the bottom as well. What the hell?
Ooh, huge fight here in the bottom. I still need to, like, I have been casting so many matches with, like, just being a co-caster without needing to move the camera, so I need to remind myself that I need to watch the fights till the end and stuff.
The dragon still hasn't eaten, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, but it's easy to forget that it's an air unit you can eat with.
Planes flying above here. Oh, and now moving on the undead again. This is really messy now, because blue is somewhere in the middle, kind of, and there's Bat Raiders against the Gargs. I feel like the bottom undead will at one point have to relocate to the
northwest, yeah, but there's not enough space for both, I guess.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised, those two undeads. I mean, it's hard, like, having both the same race against, like, elf orc here, but So, wow, and now yellow backs. Wow, all the bats dying.
Okay, so that's good, but at the bottom it's a really pressing matter because the main will fall like this.
Yeah, for sure. So the pink is just wow, the repair on the main. Oh, that was so close. The SH dying here, so the orc is kind of losing some stuff against blue, but what's it worth it if the main is dead? And pink needs to get out here. Okay, he does. I didn't see the TP.
For sure it was good from blue because he really lost nothing, but he played that really well, but teal lost a lot still. But the worm, no! Oh, okay. I thought he just didn't pay attention, but this is clearly intentional.
Yeah, they want to get the levels. I think they are more confident.
And drop to 50 at the same time.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so that's why not give them to your ally, I guess, at that point. It's not so bad.
I mean, the under team has a lot of expansions, including the middle one still. So I think, I mean, that's
the advantage of being cross-mat, that you potentially can take a lot of space.
Exactly, and you're more flexible in your location. I mean, look at all the expos that Pink has in the southwest here. It's kind of crazy that he got 5 mines while like Orange. I think it's fine. Like you don't necessarily want an even number of mines between both teammates because obviously it's easier to or more safe, I guess, to have one player on 50 supply and and one on 80.
But this is nice because he mined all of those on 80, so he wasn't really mining on 100, I guess.
Yeah.
The big player, which is good.
Yeah, so gold-wise, purple far ahead. Not that far ahead, but almost 12k soon here. So top right team in a really good spot. Basically every player, almost every player except yellow and teal on 80 now. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. Teal's gold is climbing very fast now that he's on 50. And there's an infernal walking, and I don't know who had that infernal, because it must have been from an item in Teal's base. I guess it can't see it on the map because it's in the middle of the buildings. Might be just blue's infernal from leftover from the fight. He wants to give some XP. Level 3 and level 2 for Lich and Dreadlord. Now they're coming for the mine of Teal. So blue will have to carry for now. But Orc came kind of late. Elf lost most of the air, so there might be a chance to defend with the undead heroes. There's a lot of heal wards. Again, I don't know who they belong to. Probably the Orc. Yeah, it is the Orc. It feels like they didn't play this optimally, the pink and orange. It even looked like they attacked each other a bit.
Yeah. It's tricky here, like there's so much going on, and especially in fights, like if you have 4 players in there and like you even have to watch out for your units not to attack your allies' units, it's tough.
And they also came through a really small choke point.
And the human is on the undead now here too, so...
That's not great for the undeads, but they at least managed to defend the bottom expo. It even stayed up. Lucky for them.
So interesting. I mean, the top right team is playing it quite aggressively. At least the human does. Yeah. While purple, I would say, is taking it a bit more slowly here. So they are playing it pretty split, I would say. I mean, they are not attacking together too much.
If they went together, it would be really troublesome after taking that fight, because blue has low mana.
Yeah.
Not enough army. So, but if the human comes only solo, they should be able to defend. But now they
moving in here,
converging in.
Let's see. So yeah, they are joining forces now, as it seems.
Yeah. So this will be crazy hard to defend. Don't think it's possible with at least average play from the top right team. So the Lich is dry. Yeah, blue just TP's out.
Yeah, only one Chimera. Oh, the Lich. Yeah, instantly dying.
I expect Teal will TP out as well.
Yeah, but I mean, now it's pretty obvious to the undead team to yellow and red. Like, it's pretty obvious to all of them that the top right team is...
Oh, and yellow got revealed already. Oh,
wow.
He doesn't have lumber, man. He has 2 wisps.
Oh yeah, 5k gold, that's not too bad, but...
He needs time, at least, to get the lumber and build a tree.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, he may have a bit more time to... I mean, is the only building he has a moonwell in the center here?
Looks like it.
Yellow
Not
has...
being very careful, but he can't really build more until he has lumber for Tree of Life.
Yeah, I mean, he could build a second moonwell here in the north, just to be on the safe side. Oh, the wisp is, like, very exposed here.
I would like if Teal sold his buildings. That's my problem, because now the thing is, there's 50 lumber now. So I think a crypt costs 50. So lucky for him, he can still make ghouls, but you know, you have to be so careful. Okay, he's building 2 crypts. Because if you lose lumber in Preteam, you're really screwed because you can't get it back. So.
Yeah. And now blue is willing to help against the pink-orange team here in the north. I don't know.
Look like flare gun. You can have an item that's like the mortar flare. I'm seeing these items for the first time in my life.
Acolytes relocating here to the northwest. So the undead team is now basically stuck in the north here.
Yep. They're all right. They at least took some gold from down there.
Yeah, so it's basically...
they're, like, not the worst stuff. If you look at red and yellow, they're still far better than that.
Yeah, so I mean, red and yellow and the undead team basically in the top left, while I'm a bit surprised, honestly, that the orange orc built his entire main base here. I expected him to relocate early on to the southwest, because his main base is just too exposed here. So... interesting. So basically all teams here kind of in the northwest except the one dominating. I wonder if it's as obvious to those players as it is for us that the top right team is taking half of the map.
No, because the undeads didn't... They said they are dead, but I don't think they said that much yet, so... You should probably say a bit more about it, because they really just had to...
Yeah, chat is... Yeah, players maybe not finding the time to chat much, but...
But the Orc and Elf are pretty strong as well.
They have a lot of gold, but still, I think... they...
I don't like one thing. They probably didn't play too much of the Preteam yet, because they really should be feeding these torrents a long time ago. They've been doing nothing for a long time.
Ooh, and a sleep here on the FS.
Yeah, this might be a dead SH.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the undead team is attacking here.
I don't know either. This is like... In Preteam, I feel like you should just not attract attention. You should abuse the fact that it's a weird mode and feed each other skeletons in the corner.
Yeah, and you just need to make sure that no team is getting too far ahead. And it looks... I mean, I really don't get this decision by the undead team, because, I mean, they were killed by the top right team, so it should be... Like, if I was them, I would focus on rebuilding and keep an eye on the top right team. And unless they get attacked, I don't think they should aggro against any other team here. At least they're chatting now.
We will see if they peace or not. But the Orc should feed the torrents. It's like so basic. It's the one thing that Orc is going on for itself in this mode. Pink could be 666 at this point. I'm not even kidding. It's so fast.
Yeah, true.
You can have like 3 Spirit Walkers and 1 torrent. That's all you need. You don't even need more supply than that for this.
Yeah. All right, now the dominating team moving in here to the orange main. Let's see who they are going to attack next. But I mean, now they need to coordinate. I mean, every team got attacked by this team now. Like, the yellow main base got killed by the human. The undead main was killed by the human. And now orange. So every team lost 1 base to this team. I mean, at some point they need to team up.
For sure, because this orange base, as you said, it's exposed. It's dying to the... There's no saving it already. Ooh, and the Orc is attacking the teal undead because he wasn't paying attention. So now they're kind of disorganized. Going for the panda, but I don't think they will kill that one. Not with Inner Fire and level 3 Pally. But they forced the TP. Oh, okay, because blue backstepped at the same time. Almost lost the Dreadlord. Okay, so they defended, but the top right team basically didn't lose anything.
Yeah, the undead team is still like he's using his bets on the undead team because the undead team was still killing stuff. So
yeah, they should really talk it out.
Yeah, I think they tried, but the undead playing a bit too aggressively here.
So this was funny. Red was feeding many skeletons over here to yellow, and Heal just went in with the destroyer and stole all the skeletons. But that's what I like. I like that Red is doing this. That's the first time I'm seeing this in this game, just feeding summons to the elf. It's...
Yeah, but as you correctly mentioned, I think it takes much more time to do it with skeletons than with towers.
They give like so little because they're summoned, so they give 50%. And now Heal is killing blue swarms. It's, I don't know, feels a bit wasteful.
Yeah.
Why not do it with the skeletons? You have 2 undeads. Well, he doesn't even have temples. The simple things that... And now they kill the worms and the team is coming on them. What are you going to defend with? It's... I don't know, it's questionable so far.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's easier said than done, especially from an observer's perspective, but Red is asking Purple for an expo, and Purple has like expos all over the map, so, I mean, at this point, if you scout at least half the map, you should be confident to just take any expo of Purple, and hope that you, like, I mean, the top right team is basically attacking every other team at this point.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't chat more, the others.
Yeah. Ooh, nice hippo fight. The hippos here. Purple with 98 supply, pink with only 68, so...
Purple has almost the thing. He's winning it all.
But now the undead team joining here, and... Let's see, is that going to... Yeah, undead team now.
DK is going to drop. There's not even enough guards.
Yeah, this...
They don't even have mana. On the Dreadlord now. A player's forces are under attack. I'm getting a bit scared for the undeads. They're boxed in. They don't really have a space to escape to. There's one echo here.
I mean, once those undeads are basically defeated, which could happen relatively soon, at least the other two teams should be confident who to attack. But I mean,
for sure.
I'm not sure. I mean, yellow is pretty dead still. I mean, he has some gold, but he doesn't really have access to any mines here. I'm really not too happy with them not I mean, why aren't they trying to get mines in the bottom right? Like, there's no other team there. And, I mean, of course, the human has almost mass TP, so I guess at some point... Oh, no, it's still 5 point something. But... Yeah, at some point you need to get mines. There's so much gold on this map, and you can't just wait for someone to give you a mine.
Yep.
And yeah, they are attacking really well from 2 sides here. I like
tanks
that.
In the front, that's beautiful attack from the human.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say that they did badly so far is that the keeper doesn't have Farzora yet. Against 2 undeads, it would be crazy good, I feel like.
No. Ooh.
You can take trends later on for base race. The tanks are low, but I don't know. They already killed a lot.
Yeah. And blue is still sitting there with a big bank here, so I think they will live and will be able to rebuild easily, but at some point the team here will become too strong. At this point, I'm almost surprised that levels aren't too high yet. I mean, I would have expected the human to have level 6 easily by now, considering that they attacked so many different players. And Now, yeah, purple TPing out, and of course they might be a good point in time for them to... Oh, and red is taking expos here at the bottom right now, exactly
well,
as
at
we...
least that's some action.
Yeah, as we hoped.
Expos, as you said. But they're there, some of them are pretty dry. There's 2k in this one. 6k in the bottom one, that one's good.
Yeah, so it's heating up now here for the top right team. I mean, that's the disadvantage. It's, again, it's not that easy to finish off a team entirely on this map. But they changed focus so many times. They attacked 3 different teams. You don't necessarily know who's with who, but I mean, they at least knew after they attacking the yellow team. I think they knew that red and yellow were in one team, and then they knew that both undeads were in one team. So I mean, they knew first who's with who. And I did not quite understand why they, instead of going for the undead team next, why either they could have tried to finish the red and yellow team.
Yeah. But they went on the orc kind of randomly. In between.
Exactly. And then they ordered the undead team, yeah. So I think it's... yeah. I mean, I still think they're in its strongest spot, but also certainly a target on their backs right now, considering how aggressive...
By the way, when you said the yellow has nothing, he has 2 dragons now. That's what he has.
Oh, wow, yeah. For
that's still quite a force.
39 supply. I mean, at least if you do not have a big army, you can always keep an eye on those.
Yeah, it's very easy
on the middle.
This is how Supremo won that legendary FML game.
I had on Boomtown. In one game I had 9 dragons, and I still lost all of them to Jared's Gargs. Was a bit sad.
If you have 0 entire, it's quite easy to lose them. But if you have like 3 dragons and 12
I had. I mean, with 7 or 9 dragons, I did not have any supply left for anti-air. So Mascarx was a threat.
Need that Tinker Panda against that to have a chance.
Yeah.
But the yellow, I don't know. Why doesn't he send OSP here? That baffles me. It's kind of there for the taking, you know, and he really... I think you need at least 3k gold or something like that to be in the game. Okay, the undeads are getting attacked once again, but the chimeras weren't in a great spot. One of them died for free, but the lich... Oh gosh, okay, there's an invul. Lost the worm in the process. He just doesn't have enough time to fire off the undead spells. Enough time.
It's tricky. I mean, tank's obviously not the best unit in this mode if your ally plays air units as well. You can never join forces because the tanks will just attack your ally.
Balls as well.
But I like the way they attack, like never joining forces entirely, but always attacking from 2 sides. So
and they're going for buildings quite well as well.
Yeah.
They always manage to take out 10 buildings with every attack.
Yeah. But yeah, it's getting more and more obvious to all other teams that this is the team to beat here. So I am quite curious to see how this proceeds.
On orange attacks.
Look at the gold.
Orange has been going out on teal all the time.
Yeah, look at the gold count of pink.
Let me see. Which one though? The Night Elf. I see now.
He was on 30k a second ago.
Alright.
It's a nice bag.
So I guess that's good, kind of good for them. If they use the orc trick with the Dan Torrens, they would be in the driver's seat.
For sure, yeah. I'm a bit sad by same as you. I'm a bit sad that they did not really exploit the time that they had and
they did
the resources. And I mean, at this stage, I don't know. Berserkers, I just don't think are a great unit if you're facing like huge armies and heroes. But we'll see. I mean, at this point, I think in a straight-up fight, no team stands a chance against the human elf team. But
they also have a good micro, these 2 players.
Yeah.
They fight pretty well. But it makes me so mad because, you know, I wouldn't have a problem with this if Preteam was a new mode, but it's every TBR it's played, and the orc trick is so known.
But some players do not
Yeah, I know.
Didn't
It's on
play
the
before.
captain one. The captain should always tell before the game
True.
how
Yeah,
to play.
yeah.
They literally could farm Trees of Life with Raiders, which he has a Raider, so maybe they've been doing that at least. But at the same time,
red and yellow are feeding massively now, but I mean, red is just feeding his entire army to yellow. I'm not sure if that's like the intended way to do it. And yeah, top left. Oh, under TPing in. Didn't expect that.
His last-ditch effort, or you know, if he loses army, he can really proclaim himself dead, I guess. But the top right team doesn't look like they will stop anytime soon.
And yeah, now at the bottom right, they are attacking the human here.
Finally,
Earthquake.
So the two strongest teams now can duke it out, maybe. Yellow has dangerously low heroes close to the fight. They could be smoked very easily. One chain lightning could do them. With undeads, I don't see if they have. Okay, they are rebuilding somewhat elsewhere, but they had a tough spawn and they've been focused by two different teams. So they need to just retreat and start feeding necros. I mean skeletons. So at this point you can't spend much.
Yeah. But the bottom right has been cleaned up now, so there's no more gold to get for now for the top right team. And mines are running dry, or I guess, so there's not that much more gold to be mined. A bit more.
Yellow might, sorry to interrupt, but yellow might get eliminated. I don't think he has.
Wow, yeah, you're right. There's no wisp here. Oh, there's one wisp
he
here.
Has one in the middle, but
yeah,
he must build.
Should build something soonish, I guess.
Yeah. I say go build a tree now.
Yeah, okay, that was too close for comfort, like with all those tanks here.
Maybe like 20 seconds and he could have been dead.
Yeah.
And this team is playing a bit odd because now they're not defending their expos. They really feel confident, I guess, that they will just steamroll. But they might be in for a naughty surprise because the bottom left team is in a good shape too now.
Yeah, I mean, still tricky to face good, a good human night elf team here. If they get to mass TP, it will get even harder. Do they already have?
For sure, the undeads will help them as well. So
yeah, it's still a surprise to me that the Archmage like gets so little XP because they just do not get open fights because every team is like just scared and ducking away. And yeah, they finish off the entire. First they finish off the entire southeast of the map, and now the entire top left. So super interesting. Oh, and another dragon for pink here. So pink getting the dragon, or what means another first dragon for pink?
Well, and pink is going to be much scarier than yellow with dragons.
Pink just interestingly killed a Tauren of orange, and I'm wondering if they now realize that they could do it.
All right. Finally. Finally. Now you will see how fast it is.
Now they realize that they can do it over and over.
Look, the panda will be level 5, keeper will be level 6 with like 2 or 3 Taurens.
Took them a long time to realize.
But better now than never.
I mean, I guess they should attack maybe into a main base at the top right at some point. I guess it's better with their army composition to get an offensive fight because, I mean, you know that the team with the tanks cannot TP right next to the elf here with air units. So they need to come from two sides, which means they will take more time to join forces.
that's a good thing to think about, because I think in pre-team it's always better to be the ones attacking, because you attack with 2 armies at once, only one player can TP immediately, the other one will always take 30 seconds to come.
Yeah, they do not have main bases close to I mean, they have main bases close to each other, but they do not have additional main buildings here.
So it takes time. You can clean a lot of buildings with chimeras of the one player, and then you can just TP back if you see the other coming and you're scared. Yeah,
and purple is going for pink now. I'm a bit surprised purple is not just heading to the main base. I think that's where you could deal most damage. So let's see. I mean, orange and pink are moving. Like, how do you call the color in the top right?
Magenta. I think it's...
What's it?
Magenta, I would say, or something.
Magenta,
like that.
Okay, yeah, let's call it magenta. A good point.
I just call it human because that's easiest.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so human is losing an expo. Again, I would like them to rush for that castle here in the human main. I think that's... Yeah.
I guess that's the next stop, maybe, but they may be forced to TP home. And he lost the Tree of Eternity.
Ooh, wow, and the Orc TPs into his main, which I think at this point is like not going to help you that much. Unless, I mean, the elf, if I was the elf, I guess I would go for the castle here.
Yeah.
And then TP.
You lost your entire base already.
Yeah, and the Orc is moving north here. Okay, now the elf TP too. But yeah, that's what happens if you're a bit too slow here. You lose a main base very quickly, and
the panda of the human
has an arc.
Or was it the elf? That's the thing you can't really see in this fight.
Difficult to tell.
Okay, it was the human panda. This is so messy, but the orc's not doing great. Losing a farce. Okay.
Yeah, the orc should not fight here against. The hippos need to be there. Yeah, now they fly in, but it's already too late here, I guess. For
not a fair fight, because that's, there's 3 heroes for one player.
And Phoenix, double Phoenix here.
And yellow lost all his heroes. The undead team smoked yellow for some reason, but that's not. At this point, you should put grievances aside because. But they don't know, because they didn't speak yet.
I mean, I guess the undead team really needs any XP they can get. And I mean, the yellow-red team... the really yellow-red team is not that bad, right? So they...
Yeah. I mean, yellow is now that he lost the 3 heroes. Look at him, he can't remake, and he can't... Because he has to make a wisp. Or no, he has a wisp, but he has to make an altar, he has to make a hero.
Yeah, so I mean, all the gold in the world is not going to help you if you do not have any buildings left, and they are basically out of buildings rather soonish. I mean, pink has only a handful of buildings, so looks like a pretty decent and easy win for the top right team.
Yeah, so far so good for them.
And the Starfall here, beautiful.
And it will help them that the Archmage is final level 6.
And the undead team, I mean, the blue undead got to 666, which is great, but the teal undead did not get to any decent levels still, and now
there's no way they can fight the top right team.
Yeah, now they have an additional enemy here in red and yellow, so really not a great move. Yeah, did not get
purple.
That.
Oh my gosh, purple has a pretty nice inventory on the panda. His blink and the crown. Always nice to have a blink. The human body crown. Obviously, it's not the Blade Master, but still, you want crowns if you can get them.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, pink and orange just need a space to rebuild. They have the gold, but will they have the time? Top left is pretty empty at this point, and of course, it takes a shitload of time to eliminate a player. Unless that player is just careless with wisps and other workers.
Yeah, but blue, this was not strategic move, definitely. They probably didn't know that the other team died so badly, but...
Yeah, but I mean, they should know. I mean, they themselves just 10 minutes ago died to this very team, and I mean, they died...
In this panda, the blue base is going to fall next. There's no stopping.
Blue is picking off some of the tanks here, which
Okay, that's
which
alright.
is good, but the tanks alone are dealing quite some damage to those Gargs. And okay, mass TP into the undead main, so the
nice
human
D&D.
the human has a field day here, just mass TPing around, killing main bases over and over. So
I mean, he will have to normal TP because there's 2 sleeps.
yeah,
But he can
maybe
still
not.
do damage.
Maybe not. I mean, let's see.
I don't know, because blue has really fearsome
Oh yeah,
hero.
okay, now blue is joining. Yeah,
He will have to TP before he makes the mistake.
I mean, I guess they still could if orange and pink get some time with their gold, especially pink. I guess they still have a chance if they team up at some point, but
They just need time.
Yeah.
Which now we'll be giving to them because human has to rebuild army. Well, he will have that soon, but still every minute counts.
Yeah.
Red is like barely alive. Yellow is dead, but he's
purple,
mining.
purple moving in. I really enjoy those split attacks. Like they play it really well, and I can tell you the 2 players playing here in the top right had each other blocked in Discord until right before the game. So
So one of them, so it thought a sub, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But who could the elf be? There must be Say So then.
No.
No? I don't know. We'll see. But the elf's pretty good, I would say as well.
Oh, the DK without inventory here.
No inventory on the blue hero.
Oh, both DKs stuck there, and
it's not pretty side. And the humans coming again.
Yeah, the humans coming in, so they are playing it really well. I think early on they played it, or mid-game, I would say they played a bit too aggressively here, attacking multiple teams, but now, like, this is perfect.
And on that team, they don't really have echo from the map.
and the man-up.
Yes. Well, they don't have 20, but they have a lot.
I mean, yeah, the human has 9k, which is not that much. I mean, one bad fight, you lose your entire army, could backfire, but yeah.
But you lose the army to what here? So far.
Yeah, I mean, blue's heroes, I guess, are the biggest threat, but
oh
wow,
no.
Teal defeated even.
So now the window's really closing.
And yeah, the pink team is not even. I mean, they are taking. What are they taking so long to rebuild? Like, what is the pink? What is pink doing? Where's pink even? Like, I see one Moonwell here.
I don't know if he got hunted or it looks like
he's
because
supplied.
he has only one wisp.
Yeah.
What the hell? He really is about to die with 20k. That's.
And red has some worms hidden here. So.
Not a diligent game, let me tell you that much.
Yeah, I expected a bit more here, but it's still fun. It was still a fun ride. So the under team was Qwest and Illuminate for
yeah, I know, obviously.
Ah, yeah, your team, right?
Yeah.
The top right is Neutron and ToD. So ToD subbing for Team Nobody Cares.
Well, that's quite a powerhouse team there.
Yeah, for sure. And then we have. Kawaki and Slythe, I think. Let me check.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I guess they were the bottom left, or they are the bottom left team.
Yeah, they were. Slythe always plays Farseer or in Preteam.
Okay, yeah, then.
But now that disappoints me because Slythe, he did the tactic with the feeding torrents with me, and we won victory, like from really being behind at start.
Yeah,
that's kind of disappointing because he was the one who originally did it. So
yeah, not sure, maybe a bit rusty. And
would have liked him to remember better.
And we do have. I'm trying to find out who's playing for Harmless Sims.
No idea, right? Like who could it be?
Breezy is one of the players.
Okay.
And the other one.
Well, that's smart because they can get 5 points, which is not so bad when you're in the lead. If they seed him once more.
And Shave, I think.
Okay. So Shave was What do these guys even play? Shave was undead?
I guess Shave played Elf, I guess.
Yeah. Shave mostly plays human lately, I thought,
but also in those kind of modes, I'm not sure. I don't know. But they were. Maybe he played undead, yeah.
Well, now it's completely over.
Yeah.
There's not. But the worst thing is, if this was Kavaki, how he died with 20k and no wastes, because could have still been. They could have still given ToD and Neutron a fight.
Yeah.
A fight that they would most likely lose because the skill of these two players is really high in fights.
Yeah.
Was a bit sloppy, like tactic-wise, I would say. But yeah,
and
it was
Earthquake here in the top right. I really enjoyed it still, but yeah, it could have lasted a bit longer.
Yeah. But at least it wasn't boring. It was.
Honestly, I'm a bit surprised by the undead team. That I think they kind of, especially knowing that Qwest is so experienced in this mode,
Yeah.
I think they needed to. I mean, they were killed twice, like at the bottom right and at the top left. So they needed to get all others to focus on the top right. I think it was like, and they didn't really do it. Instead, they picked off units by orange and orange and pink. So I think that was really the main, the main reason why, why they never actually pieced with
and the biggest mistake though was attacking red and yellow.
And attacking again, I'm not quite sure what they were thinking. I mean, they basically attacked all other teams except the one team that killed them. So
yeah, just Qwest needs his DV, I guess, to be unstoppable in Preteam.
maybe. Maybe he's the planner, and then DV is the one in game that.
But I mean, it's obviously hard from a cross map spawn. Sure. Always makes it harder.
But I think they were in a really good spot, or in a decent spot. I think they had
at one point they had like 20k gold combined, maybe. So decent levels. It was playable at the very least.
Yeah, playable. And I mean, as always in FFA, if you have like 4 teams alive and like one dominating, but 2 other teams have a decent bank and army, then you can always make something happen. And no other team really made it to the top right even. Like some small attacks early on and now, but mid-game, like no other team made it to the top right.
And ToD is spamming farms or towers, so he can TP anywhere. Okay, now they admitted they could lame for a while, but they couldn't win. I think they would just lose with 15k left.
So yeah, that's it. Interesting game. I still I enjoy it on this map. I think there's a lot more rebuilding potential, even if you have bad spawns. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. But of course, the game could have lasted like at least 30 to 60 minutes longer, and I wouldn't have been sad. Overall, I think that was still a fun one, and thanks for joining me and not letting me cast on my own. It looks as if, I mean, this will be 5 points only for team Nobody Cares, because obviously only Neutron played and then there was a sub, so it's still helping them, but it's not it's not that big of a boost. 5 points here for them will take them.
I don't even know how it looks.
So I can't show it on stream, but yeah, Harmless Sims,
they still lead, of course.
They still lead 130 points. Dangerous Seducers out of the race with 75 points. Nobody Cares Pro will be at 95 points, so a good 35 points behind the Harmless Sims still. And
so Raven, we're still 25 points behind as well.
Yeah, and your team Ravenclaw also still behind. So only 4 matches left. So it will be close. If you want to catch up, I guess you have to win 3